Today's theme is keeping the pelvis neutral. We'll look at what that feels like in your body in just a moment, but we're also going to be talking about love. So everyone come to a standing position at the top of your mat, and we're going to talk and feel briefly in our bodies. So everyone at home, take your hands, and I will walk far enough away, and place your hands on your hip bones so that your fingers, your index finger and your middle finger touch right above your pubic bone. And you can look down at your feet, keep your feet about, when I say hips width distance apart, that's about 2 fists width. So you can gauge, are your feet like really wider than your hips, or are they on, like you feel your hip bones under the palms of your hands, and press your index finger and your middle finger together. That'll be right above your pubic bone. Neutral pelvis is when your hip bones are in the same plane as your pubic bone. So your fingers and your thumb pads will be in the same plane. So when you tilt your butt back and you create the big duck butt, that's not neutral pelvis. Similarly, if you shift your pelvis more forward, your pubic bone will be way ahead of your hips. That's similarly not neutral pelvis. Neutral pelvis is when you can look down and see your thumbs and your fingers. So everybody's pelvis is different, meaning some people are more backwards, some people are more forwards, but neutral alignment is pelvis, hip bones, and pubic bone in the same plane. Have some experience of neutral pelvis with this hands on hips for right now? Let's begin. Child's pose. Now begin your Ujjayi breath. Create some heat for yourself. Audible breath in your nose. Audible breath out your nose. Downward facing dog. Create the natural curve in your low spine when you press your sits bones up to the ceiling. And play here. Play with tilting your pelvis in your downward facing dog. Notice where your default is. Yeah, like really exaggerate the curve of your low back. And then flatten it out. Feel the difference between the two. Good. Ragdoll at the top of your mat. And here, tilt your pelvis. Move your pelvis around, side to side, front to back. Extended mountain. Inhale, look up. Hands to heart center. We'll begin with 3 ohms. Extended mountain. Bow forward, exhale. Plant your fingertips on your mat. Lengthen your spine. Good. High push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. And use the 3 breaths to tilt your pelvis, get into where your pubic bone is in relation to your belly button. And take your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Extended mountain. Get long through your ribs. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. High push-up. Stay in high push-up. Lift the front of your pelvis. Engage your belly button. Low push-up. Good. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Empty out. Feet to your hands. Jump. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Extended mountain. See the wall behind you. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, half lift. High push-up, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Empty out all your air. Look at your thumbs. Jump to the top of your mat. Good. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Vinyasa, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Jump. Good, Meredith. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Take your big toes to touch and come into chair pose with your hands on your hips. So take your hands to your hips and take chair pose and explore neutral pelvis here in chair. So overextend your butt, over-instend your butt, and feel the difference between the pelvis when it's hyperextended and hyper-crunched in. Create neutral. Reach your fingers towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Stay, breathe out. Inhale. Good, Clementine. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. High push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Hands to your hips. Feel your neutral pelvis in warrior one. Slight bend to your back knee to reach the neutral pelvis. So you're going to create space in your right hip crease when you achieve neutral pelvis. So crunch forward and see how the space in your right hip crease gets smaller. Neutral pelvis. Make your hip bones point to the same direction. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling. Look up. Vinyasa flow, high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot to left thumb. Hands to your hips. And create neutral pelvis, warrior one left side. Slight bend to your back knee to aim both of your hip bones to the front of your mat. Create neutral pelvis. Once you have that, reach your arms up, breathe in, look up. Vinyasa, hands to your mat, and you flow high push-up, low push-up. Good, Michelle. Upward facing dog. Yes, breathe in. Good, Jen. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, jump to your hands. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Create neutral pelvis chair pose. Sit low, reach high. Breathe in. Bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low you go. Neutral pelvis. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Right foot to right thumb. Lift the front of the pelvis. Reach your fingers up towards the ceiling. Vinyasa, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior one. Step your left foot forward. Reach up, breathe in, look up. And plant your hands and flow. High push-up, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Jump your feet to your hands. Yes, halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Sit low. Reach your fingers high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. High to low. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Neutral pelvis. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Hands to your mat. Vinyasa. Up dog. Down dog. Left side warrior one. Step forward. Create neutral pelvis. Reach up. Look up. Hands to the earth. High to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg behind you. Flex your foot. Look back. Dial your toes straight down to the mat. Pull your toes, yes, towards your knee. Good, Josh. Bend your knees, stack your hips. More, stack your hips more, like a dog at a fire hydrant. Like you're gonna put your right foot on the wall that's the other way that you can, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, flip your dog. Right foot comes down to the earth. Both feet face 12 o'clock. Yes, good, Josh. Press down through your heels. Lift your hips up to the ceiling, up to the sky. Reach up and out. Side plank. Create neutral pelvis and side plank. Stack your hips. Yeah, stack your hips. Yeah, lift your left hip up towards the ceiling. Lift your left leg towards the ceiling. Pull the pit of your belly in and reach out more through your fingertips. Good, Eric. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your left leg. Flex your left foot strong. Dial your toes down, Clementine. More, yes, more, good. Now bend your knees, stack your hips. Yeah, kick Florida Avenue with your foot. Flip your dog. Left foot comes down, both feet face 12 o'clock. Breathe in, good, Josh, yes. Another inhale and reach. Yes, Michelle. Side plank. Left hand down. Stack your hips. Hips are in one line from top to bottom, from ceiling to floor. Pull the pit of your belly in and lift your right leg. Yeah, set your gaze up to your top hand. Lift your top leg more. So much engagement here. Yes. Downward facing dog, let it go. Good work, Jen. Breathe in. Make a little noise. Inhale. Step your right foot forward, crescent lunge. Hands to your hips for crescent lunge for starters. Hands to your hips in crescent lunge. Lift the front of your pelvis as your tailbone descends to create neutral pelvis here. The tendency is to, the tendency is to have it really dumped forward, so there's not much space in your hip crease. Lift the front of your pelvis, and you'll get that by bending your back knee a little more. You feel that, Clementine? Good, good. Pull the pit of your belly in. Good alignment, everyone. Reach your arms up. Hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Keep a neutral pelvis. Yeah, keep the twist in your mid back. Yeah, squeeze your inner thighs in to maintain neutral pelvis. Good, everyone, so good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, warrior two. Our first open hip posture. Take your hands to your hip bones and align your hip bones so they're both pointing to the long edge of your mat. Take a longer stance with your front foot and align your right heel to the inner arch of your left foot. Good. Hands to hips, align hips to the long edge of your mat. And now bring your front thigh lower, bring your whole pelvis lower. Good. Now press your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Yes. Good, Josh. Good, Erica. See that. Good. Warrior two arms. Extend your arms. Keep everything hugging in. Reverse your warrior. Reach up, reach back. Yeah. Press your right shin more towards the front of your mat to sit deeper, lowering your pelvis. So good. Extended side angle. Forearm to thigh or fingers to earth. Keep your pelvis low. Keep lifting the front of your pelvis to create neutral pelvis here. Yeah, you'll feel this really strongly in your right butt cheek, probably. Everyone inhale. Stay, exhale. Breathe in. Plant your hands and flow high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, crescent lunge, hands on hips, create neutral pelvis. Crescent lunge, back heel is stacked high over your tippy toes. So a little Barbie foot at the back of your, yeah, good. Bend your right knee, hands to your hips, and find neutral pelvis, both hip bones pointing towards the front of your mat. Good. Hands to heart center or reach up, and then bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Take your right elbow to your left knee. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another to keep neutral pelvis. Breathe in. Warrior two. Take your hands to your hip bones. Point your hip bones towards the long edge of your mat. Yes, front foot to back heel alignment. Hip bones point to the long edge of your mat. And then bring your pelvis low. Your left knee wants to cave in. Press your left knee towards your left pinky toe and lower your pelvis more. Good. Extend your arms, warrior two arms. Hug in, belly button to spine. Reverse your warrior. Reach up, look up, lower your pelvis. Press your left knee to your left pinky toe. Extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, fingers to earth. Yes. Lift the front of your pelvis and sit your pelvis lower. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, Jen. Breathe in. Exhale, flow. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, empty. Look at your thumbs, jump there. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Chair pose. Neutral pelvis. Hands to center, twist right. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Sit your hips down lower than your heart. Good. Everyone breathe in. Breathe out. Bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bow forward. Chair pose. Twist left. Bow forward, let your air go. Take your feet hips width distance apart. Grab your big toes with your first two fingers. And drop your head. And create neutral pelvis. Right here, neutral pelvis. Drop your head, shake your head yes, shake it no. Move it around, let go of the weight of holding your head up. Release your big toes. Take palms to toes, forward fold, stand in your hands. Feet all the way on your hands so your toes are up to your wrist creases. Yeah, bend your knees a lot to get there. Good, Eric. Good, 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 good. Let your head go. Drop your head. Let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. Release and take crow pose or yogi squat. Belly button to spine. Lift the front of the pelvis. Squeeze into center line. Gaze out in front, maybe 10 inches out in front of you. Breathe. Breathe. Vinyasa, high to low. Good work, everyone. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, look at the top of your mat, jump on empty. Good, Eric. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Hands to heart center, set your drishti, find a spot on the wall with your eyes that is not moving. Eagle, right leg up and over, right arm up and under. Squeeze into center line and lift the front of your pelvis. Pull your belly button in, squeeze. Good work, Jen and Michelle. Change sides. Left leg, left arm, you take it, you squeeze, lift the front of your pelvis, pull your belly button in. Yes, Meredith, change sides. Second set. Right thigh, right arm. And create neutral pelvis, lift, squeeze in. And change sides. Release. Come to stand. Standing leg raise. Take your right knee into your chest. With your right hand, grab your right shin. Create neutral pelvis. Notice, is your right hip higher than your left hip? Good, Meredith. Open your leg out to the side. Extend your left arm. And if you need to check in with your left hand to see are your hips in one line, do that. Good. Everyone come back to center. Kick your foot forward. Reach your arms up. Drop your right hip. Good. More. More. Now bring your shoulders more forward over your hips. It will likely make your leg drop lower. Good. Good. Everyone breathe in. Airplane pose, arms back by your sides, right leg kicks back behind you. Lift through the back of your right leg. Dial your toes down towards the mat. And press out through your right heel. Lift the front of your pelvis right here. Yes. Hands to heart center. Good, Eric. Half moon. Left hand down to the block on the high setting. Stack your hips. Stack your hips. Look back and see your right toes. Good. That's a visual cue that your hips are stacked. Pull your belly button into your spine. Lift your right leg higher. Good, everyone, I saw that. Breathe in. Stay, breathe out. Inhale, take up more space. Bow forward. Good work, everyone. And come to standing. Standing leg raise, bring your left knee into your chest. All of that on the opposite side. Yeah, hips in one line, front to back, side to side. Good, extend your left leg out to the side, reach out through your right hand. Good, everyone. Michelle, drop your left hip a little bit. Squeeze your left butt cheek in towards your right inner thigh. Good. Good. Come back to center. Kick your foot forward. Reach your fingers up. Drop your left hip. Send your left inner thigh in towards your right inner thigh. Good. Shoulders forward over your hips. More, Jen. Shoulders forward over your hips. More. Good. Good, good, good. Airplane. Arms back. Left leg back. Flex your left foot. Point your toes towards the earth. Lift through the back of your leg. Lift the front of your pelvis here. Core engaged. Half moon. Right hands down to that tall block waiting for you. Look back, see your left toes. See your left toes and pull them towards your face. Yeah, lift more through your left leg. Lift the front of your pelvis, engage your core, Press out through your left hand, your left foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your left leg more. Forward fold. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stand up. Set your drishti. Find your spot. Dancer pose. Right hand takes right foot. And before you go anywhere, make sure that your thumb is on your big toe. So revolve your arm, yes, like that. Good. I want open shoulders. Good, good, good. Everyone stay. Clementine, twist your arm, untwist your arm. One more time. Go one more time. One more time. Yes, like that. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Bring your hips into alignment right here, the beginning of dancer. Now, without letting your right knee go away from your body, bring your right toes towards the ceiling. Likely it's very different. Kick your right toes towards the ceiling, squeezing in, keeping your knee in a vertical alignment with your left knee. Knees together, knees close together, toes towards the ceiling. Set your gaze at somewhere in front of you and kick. Kick. Kick your foot into your hand. Squeeze your inner thighs in and take up space. Get big here. Get big. Good work. Come to stand. Switch sides. Take your left foot in your left hand. Thumb on big toe. So Clementine, untwist your arm. There you go. Open shoulder, everyone. Open shoulder. Open shoulder. Squeeze your inner thighs in towards one another. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Gaze somewhere at the horizon. Press your left toes up towards the ceiling. Kick. Kick. Can you bring your left thigh parallel to the earth? Yeah, kick. So good. Kick. Yes. Yes, that right there. Yes. Change sides. Good work, Josh. Good work, Eric. Change sides. Second set. Open shoulder, stretch, take dancer. Bring your thigh parallel to the earth, toes to the ceiling. Drop your right hip. Yeah, drop your right hip. Lift through your chest. Eyes up. Good. Good, Clementine. Yes, Meredith. Change sides. Second set. Left hand, left foot. You take it. Pick up where you left off. Yeah, and take it someplace new. Neutral pelvis, hips neutral, toes aiming for the ceiling. Eyes on the prize out in front of you. Good work. Come to stand, everyone. Good work. Take your hands to your hips. Recreate that feeling of the fingers touching on your pubic bone. And take tree pose. Right foot to ankle or calf. I say ankle or calf. Feel your hips. Is your right hip higher than your left hip? Squeeze them in towards center line. Drop whichever hip is higher. And once you can maintain neutral pelvis, reach your arms up. Look up. Breathe. Change sides. Recreate neutral pelvis, hands on your hips. Both sides of your body are so different. Explore it. Feel it under your hands. Create neutral pelvis and take tree. Pull your belly button into your spine. Release. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Extended mountain. Inhale. Look up. Reach up. Bow forward. Let it go. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Vinyasa high to low. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Step your right foot forward. And take the block in your right hand and place the block tall side on the outside of your right ankle. Triangle. Back foot plants. Parallel, yes, front heel to back arch alignment. Straighten your front leg. And now micro bend your right knee. Micro bend in your right knee. Lift the front of your pelvis, which will feel like you sending your right butt cheek in and under towards your left inner thigh. Boom, right there. Right there, Eric. I saw that. Stand up. Right toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your chest towards the ceiling. Look up. Hinge at your hips. Bow forward. Fingertips touch down. And take your feet wider. Drop your head. Lift the front of your pelvis as you drop your head. And bend your knees if you need to access lifting the front of your pelvis. Tiny little movements here. Tiny little movements. Stand up, point your right toes forward, create pyramid pose. Left foot comes halfway up your mat. Right toes forward, left foot comes halfway up your mat. Take your feet wide. And back foot in a little tighter to the front of your mat, but both hips face the front of the room. So put your hands on your hips, make them like headlights, point them forwards. Yeah, take your feet short and wide to create that hip bone forward. Yeah, whatever you need to do to create hip bones forward, feel it out. Good, lift the front of your pelvis, reach your arms up. Good, Clementine. Bow over your front thigh. Take your fingertips to the block, to the earth. Keep lifting the front of your pelvis. Look in towards your belly button. Yeah, good, head heavy. Yes. Yes, Josh. Breathe. Where is your breath? Left hand stays on the block. Twisting triangle. Hips stay right where they are. Reach your right hand towards the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs in and stomp down through your back heel. Stomp down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good, Jen. Breathe out. Yes, Michelle. Inhale. Plant your hands on your mat and you flow. High push-up, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Take the block to your outside of your left ankle. Create triangle. Right here, create triangle left side. Tiny bend in your left knee. Lift the front of your pelvis. Send your left butt cheek in and under towards your right inner thigh. Slight bend to both knees to access that. Pull your belly button into your spine. Good, Josh. Good, Eric. Yes, I see everyone. Fine movements. Yes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Come up to standing. Left toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Interlock your hands at the small of your back. Lift the front of your pelvis. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Look up. Bow forward. Bend your knees. Keep lifting the front of your pelvis. Keep bending your knees. Pulling the front of your pelvis in and up towards your spine. Stand up. Left toes point forward. Take your hands to your hips. Create both hips forward. Setting up pyramid pose left side. So feel your hip bones. Point them towards the front edge of your mat. And create your feet to enable that. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's got the same skeleton, but it's different for everyone. Same number of bones. Different experience. Yeah, fold forward. Lift the front of your pelvis, fold forward, fingertips to the block, eyes looking in towards your belly button. Right fingertips to the block on the inside of your left ankle. Left fingers reach for the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs in. Hips stay. Squeeze. Vinyasa flow, high, low, up dog, down dog. Shift forward to high plank. Lift the front of your pelvis in high plank. Low plank. High plank. Low plank. Knees can be down, high plank, low plank. Come all the way down to your mat. Take your ear to the earth, arms back by your sides. Press your pubic bone into the earth, that neutral pelvis. That's what you're creating when you press your pubic bone into the earth. Locust pose, lift your arms, lift your legs. Look at the top edge of your mat. Flex your feet, lift your legs and arms higher. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale, lift, hands, heart, feet. Lower all the way down. Other ear on the earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Neutral pelvis. Press your pubic bone down. Lift, hands, heart, feet, rise up. Stay, exhale. Inhale, rise higher. Flex your feet, stay. Inhale, lift. Lower all the way down. Floor bow. Bend your knees, grab your feet, grab your ankles, or grab your shins. One side or both sides. Squeeze your knees in towards center. Knees in line with hips. Kick your feet into your hands. Pull on your feet with your hands. Feel this across your collarbones. Kick and pull. Good, Michelle. Kick and pull. Breathe. Breathe. Squeeze your knees in towards one another more. Good, Clementine. Flex your feet hard. Yes. Bring your big toes in. Yes. Release. Let go of your feet. Sway your feet side to side. Good work, Clementine. I saw that action. Floor bow, second set. Grab your feet, grab your ankles, grab your shins, rise up, flex your feet. Strong, pull your toes towards your knees. Yes, yes, Eric, yes, Josh, kick. Knees in, big toes in. Yes, press your soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Big toes dialing in towards one another. Everyone breathe. Release. Good work, Meredith. Release. Sway your legs from side to side. Extend your legs back long behind you. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Take your hands onto your mat by your bottom ribs. Hands into your mat by your bottom ribs. So arms a little further back, most of you, and take your hands wider. So Clementine, hands back, thumbs by your bottom ribs. Hands wide, pinkies on the edges of your mat. Upward facing dog. Straighten your arms, press down into the earth, press the tops of your feet into the earth, lift your thighs, lift your knees up off the mat by pressing down through your toes. Yes. Arm bones back. So only arm bone cue today. Arm bones back. Good. 1, 2, 3, downward facing dog. Good work, everyone. So good. Come down to your knees. Camel pose. You can take your hands to your hips to create neutral pelvis and camel. Stack your hips over your knees. And lift your chest up. Lean your head back. Reach back with one hand to touch one heel. If you have one heel in hand, go for the other. Breathing deeply and freely. Good, Michelle. Come out of camel slow. Sit on your heels. Camel number 2. Set it up and go. Stack your hips over your knees. Lift your chest. Send your gaze up and your gaze back. Reach for one heel. Reach for the other heel. Good, Clementine. Lift your chest up. Yes, Meredith. So good, Josh, Eric. Yes, everyone sit back on your heels. Inhale. Exhale. Bridge pose. Come onto your back, set up bridge pose. Can you touch your heels with your middle fingers? Yeah, lay on your back, heels close enough that you can just touch them with your middle fingers. And lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Dig your heels into the earth and dig them back towards your bum. Lift your hips higher. Yeah. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your hips higher. Lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale. Exhale. We have 6 more. Bridge or wheel. Lift up. Your practice, whether it be bridge, whether it be wheel, rise up. We're here for a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down to your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Set it up again and you go bridge or wheel. If wheel is in your practice, take your hands to the outsides of your ears on the mat. Straighten your arms, press down into the earth and rise up. Lift up. Lift up bridge, lift up wheel. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. If you'd like to try wheel, yes, take your hands to the mat on either sides of your ears. Hands wide to give your shoulders space to rise up. Lift up, bridge, lift up, wheel, rise up. 1, 2, good Josh, 3, 4, 5, lower down. Number 3, in the bag. Number 4, bridge or wheel, rise up for a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower down. Inhale. Good work, everyone. Exhale. Number 5, the penultimate heart opener. Bridge or wheel, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down to your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, set it up, rise up, breathe in, lift up, lift your hips, lift your heart, rise up here for 1, yes, Clementine, 2, 3, yes, Meredith, 4, 5, yes, everyone, so good. Come down to your mat, Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the bottoms of your feet together, knees go wide. This pose creates neutral pelvis. It just happens. You get the natural curve of your low back without effort. Happy baby pose. Release your legs up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingers up towards your toes. Lift your shoulders up off the earth. Engage your core. Belly button to spine. Lower your right leg to the earth with a flexed foot. Reach your right fingers towards your left toes. Yes. Now switch your legs. And then reach. Yes, switch your reach. Switch your legs, switch your reach for 20. Switch your legs, switch your reach. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands underneath your hip bones, sit bones. Hands underneath your hip bones, sit bones. Legs up, flex your feet. Lower your legs 30 degrees, pull your belly button into your spine. Legs to 60 degrees. Hover your feet. Shoulders lift up off your mat. Look at your toes. 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head down, legs up. Lower down 30. 60. Hover your feet, look at your toes. Circle your feet, small circles to the right. Both feet, glue your heels together, circle to the right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head down, legs up. Lower 30, 60. Feet hover. Circle your feet the other direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head down, legs up. Pull your knees into your chest. Interlock your hands behind your head, elbows wide, yogi bicycles. Extend your right leg with a flexed foot. Flex that foot. Bring your right elbow towards your left knee. Elbows wide. Take your right armpit towards your left knee. Yes, and then switch. We're going for 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock up and down your spine and come up to high boat. We have 3 high boats and 3 low boats. High boat. Reach your fingers up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Yeah, feet out in front. Lift your chest higher. Low boat, number 1. High boat, number 2. Low boat, number 2. High boat, last high boat. Low boat, hold for 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a full body stretch. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Extend your right leg high behind you, long and straight. Right leg high. Take your right knee to your right wrist, set up half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist, drape your right shin across the top of your mat. Right ankle to left wrist. Yes, right ankle to left wrist. Good. Use a block underneath your right buttock if it's really high up off the earth. Yeah, support your practice, support yourself with tools. Good. And fold forward. Stack your fists, bring your forehead down to your stacked fists. Change sides. Half pigeon, left knee, left wrist. Use the blocks. Blocks are so good. Double pigeon. Bring your right leg around and stack your right shin on top of your left shin. And work to get your top ankle on the outside of your bottom knee. Ankle on the outside of your bottom knee, so your shins are stacked like fire logs. So can you take your right ankle and stack it on top of your right thigh? And flex your feet. If this is fictional, take seated figure 4. You'll feel this in your right hip flexor. Hands back by your hips. Yeah, set your hips on the earth. Lift your chest up. Breathe. Switch sides. Seated figure 4, double pigeon. Either pose gets into your hip flexors. Makes no difference which pose you're in. Action in your feet. Feet flexed. Yes, Meredith. Frog pose. Knees out wide on your mat. Make right angles with your legs. Use a block under your chest or come down to your forearms to begin with. Huge hip opener, huge hip opener. Flex your feet. Flex your feet. Yeah, Eric, take your feet a little wider. Lift the front of your pelvis. $60 seconds. Lift the front of your pelvis. Flex your feet. 15 seconds. Crawl forward to come out of frog. Bring your legs together on the earth behind you. Extend your legs long behind you. Bring your pubic bone and hips to the earth. Set up seated single leg extension. Sit up on your mat with one leg extended out long, other foot to your inner thigh, like tree legs, and fold forward. Yeah, drop your head, look in towards your belly button. Yeah, let your head be heavy. Switch sides. Seated forward fold. Both legs out long, reach up, fold towards your toes, towards your shins. Reverse tabletop, hands plant by your hips, bend your knees, dig your feet into the earth, lift your chest, lift your hips. Look up and look back. Lower down. Take your hands underneath your hip bones, come down to your forearms, create fish pose. Lift your chest, lift your gaze, feet out long, toes spread. And come up and out of fish pose and choose your inversion. Waterfall pose, you'll put a block under your tailbone and send your legs up to the ceiling. Headstand, you can take your mat to the wall. Waterfall pose, legs up, block under your tailbone. Headstand, mat to the wall, shoulder stand, all good inversions. And you go upside down. Belly button to spine. Good. So when I first met my husband, I was really young, super self-conscious, and afraid to be myself around him, around basically everyone. But our paths crossed again many years later, and I was ready to allow myself to be seen for who I am. And showing him my imperfect self is what led to us being together as we are now. And I have a quote from Brené Brown. Those who matter are people who love you not despite of your imperfection and vulnerability, but because of your imperfection and vulnerability. Shoulder stand, come to plow, bring your toes to the earth. Ear pinning pose, bend your knees, bring your knees by your ears. Shoulder stander, slowly roll down out of your inversion. Take a full body stretch, feet to the earth. Those in child's pose, make your way onto your back. Take a simple twist of your knees to the right. Knees to the right, look to the opposite side. Simple twist, knees to the left, look right, Come back to center, Supta Baddha Konasana, neutral pelvis. Shavasana. Take your feet wide off the edges of your mat. Arms down by your sides, palms up. Eyes heavy. Nothing to do. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Roll to your favorite side and slowly make your way up to a seated position at the top of your mat. Take your hands to heart center. And we'll seal today's practice with 3 ohms. Inhale. Take your thumb knuckles to your forehead center. And together we bow. And thank you so much for coming to this place, for doing this practice. And I invite each and every one of you to acknowledge and honor and share your imperfections. Your superpower is held within your imperfection. Have a wonderful Saturday. Give yourself a hand. That was good work, everyone. Good work. So good to see all of you.